Alright, my bad, I'm back. Okay, where are we? Vienna by a bear? If you don't want that to happen to you, you best obey the school regulations. Junko's body has been impaled with a bunch of spears. Unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. That's juice. First time I'd ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Nobody there could deny what we'd seen. Junko, who until a second ago had been our friend, was dead. She'd died. She'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being.
Hey,
They're not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. She just went and died. No more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It was as natural as the eventful end of the world itself. In some superhero comic, it's not like when you die, you didn't really die. This is reality.
why?
Why'd you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? Changed my mind.
I knew it.
You've been wanting to kill this entire time.
Say what?
Kill the entire time? Don't be silly, you can't kill time. Were you being metaphorical? Are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time?
Damn it!
Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma.
Well now.
Anyway, none of that matters right now. Something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Blackened. This is a little file that has the information I've gathered about the death in question. I like to call it
It's the
Monokuma file.
file.
I mean, naturally, you guys aren't experts at this kind of thing, so you can only do so much with the corpse. Then I'll gather up everything I know about the circumstances and the cause of death. What's this? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? It's all the knife sticking out of her corpse. The surveillance cameras picked up the whole thing. Got to see it all go down.
So then.
Wait, so then, you know who killed Sayaka? Of course I do. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial, now could I?
Correct.
This is a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting.
Well.
Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you didn't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have any choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for your class trial in a little while. Well. With that, Monokuma disappeared once again. Left us all stunned and confused. Left us at a total loss. Left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long. Nobody said a word. Good thing I didn't give her those earmuffs. But the Sayaka and Junko are now dead was a huge shock, of course. There was more to it than that. There's also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we didn't find out who it was, we would all die here. Find ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open suspicion. Do I have my ideas? Yeah. It was the worst situation imaginable. It was Funko. She killed herself. Even such perversely, didn't show the slightest hint that it had gone to her.
Hey.
There's no time to wallow in depression. Could also be Kyoko. Worst thing we can do right now is lose all faith in each other. That will lead to the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else.
What?
Huh?
In other words.
Operation is absolutely key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust is, of course, up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anything. You know, we'll just vote whatever Celeste votes. Saying stuff like that is just... How many times have I told you, anyone who can't adapt will die? Death is the only thing waiting those who are unable to, or unwilling to adapt. That happens, you only have yourself to blame.
That's terrible.
What an awful thing to say, especially after what's happened.
Just a second.
Right now, exposing the killer is the most important thing. Because if we don't, we're all going to die here. She's right, we need to begin our search right away.
Of course.
Either way, we can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward.
What the heck?
We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? No way in heck I'm letting someone kill me. Alright, darn it, let's do it. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating the sentiment. They were using like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right, we have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. That's what it'll take to survive, that's what it'll take to that's what we have to do. Top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I didn't know why Sayaka had to die. Why she had to be the one. Terrified to find out, but still I have to know. Otherwise, I knew I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice, I have to do this. We'll go to her room and get her disc. Eventually, maybe. Hey, we got a coin in you? He only placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. Touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but... Bro. He really is dead. Wasn't anything else to say, she was gone. Juice boxes don't have pulses. I don't know why you even bothered to check after those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on. Hold on, just wait a second. She's dead? That means that this has been real this entire time. Everything that's happened so far is real, it's not a joke or whatever, it's really real.
Let me out of here.
Heck no, somebody save me, let me out of here. Somebody help me.
What's your problem?
You're just now accepting that? Well, we'll talk to the person up front last. Hyoko? Can't let anything distract me right now. Okay. Toko? How do you do? She must be shocked. So shocked she couldn't even open her mouth to talk. I believe most of them are in the same position. Peter? Afumi? Consciousness has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait a moment. Chihiro?
What should I do?
Somebody got right in front of us today. I mean, she ain't no suspect. Sakura, you were like one of the last two S-rating people. And just run away from the situation, we have no choice but to move forward. Who was it? It was Sakura, Funko, Sakura, maybe. She was a low S. Mondo's up there. You're a high A, Taka.
Let me out of here.
Come on, man, let me out of here. Come on, somebody let me out. This dude's a bottom tier. Mondo?
Huh?
This is really happening.
Don't fuck with me.
Through this dumb of a poop bear.
What the heck?
hate this, but still we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it. I still don't see what's wrong with the logic of just voting whatever Celeste votes. Or we're all dead.
Oh.
So you finally noticed.
What the crap?
Notice what? Looking through the Monokuma file we received. Something very obvious and very unusual.
Huh?
What are we talking about? Go ahead, take a look. If there's anything interesting about where she's out of my bathroom. Go to his door.
Ah.
What, she's right?
Eh?
It could it be? All I want everyone to get is turned to me. Hold on a second, you got it all wrong. There's one night I tried to rooms with her. Is it because she was afraid?
What the heck?
Expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. When everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 just from just a few minutes earlier. A feeling of suspicion and fear has returned. In other words, you think I did it? Need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is. You can't just do it. It's over a 5-minute conversation inside a gymnasium.
Serious?
Really gonna try and find out who did it. Leon has also jumped on the rating. Find out who did it, then only one person dies, but if we get it wrong, then all of us will face execution.
What the heck?
That's what this ridiculous school regulation said, right? So stupid. Just one sec. My bad. Alright, Kyoko.
Hey.
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? Thinking of putting someone on guard duty so nobody can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In case I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. Did you guys figure out who killed that chick? Then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no, we can't just leave him there alone.
what?
Why the heck not? What?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? With the clairvoyant man, by volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What? Frick you.
So then.
Fine, then I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op makes defense with the two of the team. Two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Dude, I'm so cold. Like, it's been, like, on average, like, the last week and a half, 2 weeks, like, 24 degrees. Then I shot up to, like, 60 yesterday. You know, slowly going back down to 24 degrees, and then just, like, I hate it. Right now, it's only, like, 35, but since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you. Oh, I gotta put it back on off. There you go. I'm pretty freaked out, but I'll try.
So then,
Done talking? Are we done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. Or Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. Still believe you are a detective. If we get this wrong,
so
well, do I really have to say anymore? So,
actually,
rather you didn't know.
goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. Goodbye. Just like that, Kyoko had gone before we realized it.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? Better head over to the scene of the crime. Dunka dunka. Ah, that's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. Whatever son of a gun did this right here now, is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that evidence.
You're fucking dead.
They better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave in their gosh darn skull in myself. Serious, I will flip them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? Aren't we gonna investigate the murder? Or aren't we gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
this is very
It was
suspicious.
you? Telling you it wasn't me? Don't come any closer, you're gonna kill me next.
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for it's not for sure that Mimo could be guilty yet. That's true, we may have well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? Not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
You're lucky it's juice. Well, whatever, I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Kinda rude. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. It was pointless, everyone had already left. Their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Ellipses. Everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? I don't know, man, you tell me. Seriously, they got it all wrong? Or do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will.
Execution is execution. Execution.
Execution.
Electric chair. Bzz, bzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
Can't let that happen. Can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. Let's just look through the Monokuma file we got before. And I'm like, I think like Funko, because that way nobody dies at the end of nobody gets executed at the end of the day. Sayaka could have killed herself. She was a weirdo. Toko, I mean, you never know. She's a writer. The victim was Sayaka Miyazono. The time of death is estimated around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. Cause of death was a stab wound in the abdomen. Also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find the truth. Can I read the book myself? We can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she died. Truth Bulletins section of your handybook. Okay. Well, doesn't say much, does it? Dead. Dead. Okay, really is dead. Why is this happening? Gotta be a clue here? Or not? Someone's spying on us with that camera. It was what for? It should have been this guy. It's a guard. Don't want to die here.
Help me!
They knew God, Buddha, Mother Earth, God of Space, and Neptune, help me. Get me out of here. He really doesn't seem prepared to do any kind of investigating right now. Aren't you going to help investigate Chihiro? I can't leave Junko here. I feel sorry for her. So I have to stay with her. We'll leave the gym. I don't really know where we see our perks. Or even what they do. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. Make any progress without investigating there. Headed to my room where Saka's corpse still remained. Better examine the state of my room a little bit closer. I might reveal something new. Key on the ground has my name on it. It must be my room key. Remember correctly. That's right, we have to trade keys. When we switch rooms, we switch keys too. She has a little hat on. So that kid would have to have the key here in my room the entire time. Wait, if that's true then. How did the killer get into the room in the first place? Under the bed the entire time? So I could have forgotten to lock the door. Seems impossible. It didn't go for you, Sayaka, no matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even though I'm sure it's you, I actually won't open it, otherwise what's the point of even switching? I don't kill on the, Kodo. But he's still lucky. I'm saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or open it for any reason. Maybe she dropped the keys somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. It's not possible either. Wasn't here when we switched rooms. With how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. She couldn't have dropped it. So out of the killer. Switching rooms have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there was way less there than there was before. So now I can see how dirty my room was and started to clean up a little. Dude, you were here for like 48 hours. Notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Maybe the killer signed their name. They jotted down their entry date and name when they walked in. Oh. Surveillance camera. Mastermind must be using them to keep an eye on everything that's happening here. They don't do anything to stop what's happening, they just keep watching. The best, like someone attacked it. What the heck happened here? This is the replica sort of brought back for self-defense. This mean it was used in the attack somehow. And plus, taken out of his sheath. Hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. Top of that, some of the gold coating has come off the parts of the blade and the handle. Handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. The coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. It's not gonna come down to show me your hands, or her gold hands. They're the killer. Or gold clothes. Scratches and gouges on the walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? I think there must be some kind of fight. There must have been some kind of fight in my room. Dang it, I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something. There was soundless or soundproof. Not have been possible. Huh? Did you remember all of our rooms are completely soundproof? Something could have happened in the room right next to you. No way you could know.
Well,
Perhaps this was another amount of combat strategy, creating an ideal setting for murder. Nice. Evidence of a struggle has been added to the truth bulletin section of your handbook. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, the sword's been taken out, so it's just a sheath butt. Huh? Eh? The scratches on the sheath? They must have been made up with something sharp. How did the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. Unless it was a great parrier. Attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. Heavy sheath like that would only get in the way, you could just slide off in the middle of the fight. Why are all the scratches on the sheath? Added to the truth bolt section of your handbook. Not you. Do you think I'm guilty too?
hey,
I don't make assumptions like that, I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. The stand. My trash can! Display stand the sword was on? Mondo. Nope.
By the way,
I realized something while I was on guard duty. Killer could have already destroyed some evidence right before anyone found the body. I mean, trash room here in the dorms, right? Could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
you son of a bitch!
That dirty son of a gun.
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman this home that deserved death, my brother taught me. You son of a gun.
You're fucking dead.
If I could find that son of a gun that did this, I'm gonna pound their gosh darn face in. But what if it was a girl that did it?
Yo,
That all gets sorted out when the time comes. What Sakura's here for? Check out the room for. Okay, I want to see if the door had anything. Yoko. Okay, my bad. I'm here. Quietly called their name when she was investigating the area. But
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, suddenly stood up and drummed straight and said,
Listen,
"Are you a clean freak?" No, I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
I suspected something very unusual about your room. It's clean. Just like Sayaka's. What do you mean?
so
Here's your floor from one corner to another. Didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living here. You know, now that you mentioned it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. Looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Someone have used it too.
I see.
Very interesting. Room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Makoto's room cleanliness has been added to the Truth Bulletin section of your handbook. I wish to check the bathroom now. Take the camera too, I guess. Cool crest. What did I miss? Nothing. My toolkit? Toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that's been used at all. I mean, it's mine and I haven't had any reason to open it. Can you even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this?
Yo,
Seriously? Oh, Mondo.
what? What?
He's definitely in the mood to build a flippin' furniture, right? You building flippin' furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either.
What?
Not just me.
What?
Nobody busted theirs out yet. As far as I know, not just me. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way,
One of the guys who opened their toolkits check, cause like, wow, what the heck would we? Nice. Is there a knife in that toolkit? Inside of this door. It's the juice box. I can't let it get to me. I wish to see her fracture. Can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, stepped into the bathroom. I can't see a thing. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. Lost everything that made her her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why would Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up, I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. Put brandy together. Water for the shower get turned on at the gets turned off at the nighttime. I thought that was a mirror and I was freaking out for a minute. I myself because simply couldn't face what I saw, but now was the time to think like that. Pulled out my Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object had been thrust into her stomach. Must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where did they get it? Definitely something I should look into. According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist was broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. Some this super sort of glittery on her wrist too. Her wrist is swollen, there's something glittery. Definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. Palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? Nice. Sayaka's wrist has been added to the truth bulletin, or truth bullet section of your handybook. Stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? Very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. Killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Sharp object had been thrust into her stomach. That must have been a killing blow. Where'd they get it? Yes. Did I not do the right one first? I did her body first. You want to do that writing that looks like writing, kind of. The wall behind her. This one I saw. What? 11037? So I could do this? No, we're done here.
It would seem.
Are we good?